Hi everyone, I'm Ivan. Welcome to UNISU Reconnects event. Today I'm going to share with you the topics of the short-term rent, trends and opportunity in this challenging time. Now, without further delay, let's start our speaking and sharing today. Okay, today I'm going to share with you the short-term rent trend and also the opportunity and with the 7 recovery strategy. Based on my experience, there's something that we have done and I think and it is actually very important, which actually helps a lot of owners and landlords to overcome their challenges and also the fastest recovery strategy. So please make sure to stay tuned with us with this 30 minutes sharing. I'm going to share with you very important strategy how to overcome, right? Now, just briefly share about my background. I am started from mechanical engineering background since the year 2003. And at 2006, I started in real estate business and also property investment. Then on year 2011, I started this brand called KL Short Stay. And then 2016, we set up another company, which is the current company that today I'm sharing with you, WIDEBED Group, which is on a vacation rental. On year 2017, we were a bit lucky that we awarded this JCI Creative Young Entrepreneur Award. And also together with others members today in this UNISU event, we co-founded this Malaysia PropTech Association. And year 2018, we set up OS Property Group. And also we went to China and also able to got this finalist in the One Bell, One Roof Startup Accelerator. In 2019, we set up the OS co-working place in Kuala Lumpur City Center. And 2020, we set up Malaysia Vacation Rental Association. Now, let's jump to short-term rent, then we were always remembering about Airbnb. Let's look at some of the fast facts of Airbnb. Now, in current, which is up to end of last year, Airbnb having 5.6 active listing in worldwide, 5.6 million, and 100,000 of city having active Airbnb listing, and 220 countries with Airbnb listing, plus 800 million of active guest arrival, 4 million hosts in Airbnb, and US dollars 110 billions earned by hosts, and with average of US dollars 7,900 earned for annual earning. Now, let's look at also what is happening, and where recently Airbnb done some survey, which is in January of 2021. According to Airbnb, there are some very interesting data that we need to look into it. And obviously, a lot of people actually miss traveling. You can see that a majority is ready to travel again. Means what? There are 54% actually people either they already book or they're currently planning to travel in year 2021. Now, travel will come back because people want to connect. According to Airbnb, the reason they wanted to travel is because to connect with family and friends, 41%. Travel to accomplish personal goal is 22%. Now, first trip or next trip, so they're looking for relaxed 44%, comfortable 34%, and safe 33%. So obviously people are looking for relax, right? Business travel, as we knew, is never coming back, and travel people miss the least 6%, right? And travel to spend with loved one 48%. And the 33% expect to travel less for work after the pandemic. So it tells us from this survey that people are still traveling because of reason wanted to spend time with the loved one, but not for travel for work. And people want to travel nearby, which is by car. 56% prefer a domestic. So it tells that people are still have a cautious and not to travel too far, which is only 21% willing to travel far or international. A strong desire to avoid the crowd of popular destination, and 51% are more interested being isolated beyond major tourists. So it means that in the past, major big tourist hotspot city might not be their first choice upon this 2021. People want travel that is also affordable because of perhaps financially stressful. They would not spend a lot of budget in traveling. Okay, what the other trend opportunity here? According to Airbnb survey, also people in Thailand 87%, Malaysian 78%, Korea 61%, Australia 65%, New Zealand 62% would be interested in living or working from somewhere else. In short, we call it workation. So what does this figure telling us is that as a property owner's perspective, that we can understand that people looking for place actually work plus a vacation together. Now there is a trend that people are looking into this, and there are opportunity in this part which we can do something about it. So what others? After we look at the trends and opportunity, let's look at what was some fast fact back to our country, Malaysia. Now, the Airbnb hosts in Malaysia, according to the recent data up to January 2021, in Malaysia, average length of stay is 1 to 7 days, 63%. So generally, basically, people are still pretty short, 1 to 7 days. An average group size of 3.5 people, and average daily rate of about 29 US dollar. So approximately equal to about 120 ringgit Malaysian. And booking window is pretty short, same day 27%. Basically, people are very, very last minute. So, so look at our capital of Kuala Lumpur. You also can see that the length of stay is also very short, 1 night, 56%. And the booking window, you can see 58% people are booked at the same day. So there are a lot of last minute. Just make sure that you are always 24/7 ready, so stand by for the booking. And the top 6 visitor city, Kuala Lumpur 62%, Subang, which is our famous place for students, places, 28%, followed by Johor Bahru, our southern, 3%, Penang 2%, Ipoh 1%, and Port Dickson 1%. And cancellation policy, people are looking into flexibles, which allow them to do amendments and cancel, right? Based on these facts, so let's get what are the trend and opportunity. So from here, we can realize that the new trend arising according to Google data, especially during pandemic, as many are looking for a place to live and work together, right? So from this trend and opportunity, what we can see is that perhaps we should look into how can we make over our properties, homes, apartment into a place where you have fit with fast Wi-Fi, a working test, because people looking into live and work together, right? So this is something that we can look into. Next, we can look at some data which is pretty interesting in Malaysia. We can see from this data showing that 2020 to 2025, there are about 10 million millennials and generations entering to workforce. So what does this tell us? Meaning to say, this younger generation, when they're entering into workforce, they need a place to stay, right? So the rental market demand for this youngster is there. So what are the trend and other opportunity? Many younger people have difficulty to pay large deposit in conventional rental during this challenging time. Therefore, zero deposit solution arise. We can realize that the whole 1 year of pandemics, there are many platform services solution that provided in market, allowing zero deposit, which allow the tenant, the young generation, without paying a huge amount of deposit, so to easily rent a property. So this is actually a trend opportunity as a landlord should look into this area. Now, the other trend opportunity is due to uncertainty, tenants tend to choose flexible short-term rent, such as monthly rent over traditional yearly contract. Imagine today they're working with the company A. They might not sure are they going to work with this same company for a year and 2 years. So where usually in Malaysia, in also many countries, the landlord will require tenants to sign a contract for minimum 1 year. So this is basically also the concern for tenant. They might not easily and confident to buy a contract with you. So it is an opportunity that if you're allowing them for a flexi for a month, 3 months, and 6 months, so that actually can be they willing to rent from you. So this is something that you should look into it. Now, after we go through about some some trend and opportunities. Now, the following are the purely based on our experience that actually we have applied for the past 1 year since pandemic happened, and it does help a lot of owners and landlords to recover and even actually overcome their challenges of a property that is vacant, couldn't rent out, right? So now, first strategy is cost cutting, survive cash flow. First thing first, as a landlord, if you have currently some expenses such as perhaps you have signed a contract for your internet paying couples of 100, you may consider actually to whether to stop renewing your contract examples, because actually you pay couple of 100, but your property might still be vacant. And for operator point of view, it is time actually to look into how to minimize your manpowers, so that because that actually will killing your business cash flow, right? So this is something that first thing first, because I always believe if you can't survive, there's no point that we talk about how do we actually fight back or recover, right? Because the surviving cost cutting is the very first thing first. You need to take action immediately now, right? So next, the second recovery strategy is to follow the market trend, stay in touch with real estate agent and property management to gain the latest market insight. And it's always important that as all of us are very busy every day on our business, on our work and our family, we might not fully understand and get the latest update, what's happening in market today. So, and I always believe the professionals, people such as property agent and property management, they might have the first-hand info, which you might not know. But therefore, it's important that always get in touch with them and asking what is the trend in terms of the rental trend, in terms of the market rate. So this is important to let you have a think about the decision that what you need to do with your properties, right? So this strategy number 2. Okay, strategy number 3, let's take a short watch of this video clip. Okay, right. Now, after watching these videos and such a beautiful, nice bungalows, I'm sure a lot of us would love to travel, right? Now, imagine these bungalows, which we have been, managing and doing it nicely, doing super well for the past before pandemic. And however, look at that. Do you think such a nice, beautiful bungalow at the current challenging market, would tourists still love to travel and to stay with this such a beautiful villa bungalow and pay you for a couple of thousand? And obviously, you and me will agree the answer is that the market is not there, right? People couldn't travel. So what's happening? How do we actually overcome this issue? And we realize actually there are some demand, such as business retreat. Now, people, as we just now remember, some of the trend that I shared earlier in previous slide, people actually would love actually to live and work together for brainstorming, for discussion. And during for the whole pandemic, this particular villa and bungalows, so we market it to a lot of target business people who actually they would like to looking for a place to stay and also work discussion, and also for people actually would like to looking for a place to conduct their live streaming. And during this whole entire pandemic, so basically this bungalow managed, despite the challenging market, it still managed to actually capture a lot of demand from this group of people. So what I'm trying to tell you today is that focus where the money is flowing. If you used to actually target travelers or tourists from travelers, they are not there. You need actually to shift, to change direction, looking into where are the potential customers that you can capture, right? For this particular case study, that actually we targeting for the business retreat market. So next, recovery strategy number 4, understand the tenant needs and challenges, provide flexibility and convenience for them, such as zero and low deposit. I think we mentioned earlier, and understand what is their concern, and if they seriously have a problems of deposit, then you may consider low or zero deposit, which is the solution in market. If they have concern or couldn't sign a contract for a year, then you need to consider 6 months or 3 months, etc. So be flexi, right? Strategy number 5 is due to the low average daily rate in the current tourism market. You need to consider maybe on the money rentals to capture the rising demand from this working adult, which give you stable rental income. Because if you're doing on the daily Airbnb short-term market, so with the such a lower rate, because you still have to manage your costs such as cleaning, to do this necessity replacement and utility costs. So at the end of the day, you might realize that so the rental that you collected is still pretty low. So in that case, if the money rental is still pretty good, I would advise that it is time actually to consider focusing on money rental, right? So this is something that you should look into. Strategy number 6, appoint an area specialist agent and professional management to maximize the rental income. And I always believe that being an owner or property investor, you bought a property and you definitely need to respect and get the right people. I always believe that a good property manager is also equivalent to an asset management. They not only actually manage your property well, in a way they also actually add value to your property. So do something about it, looking for a specialist that quickly talk to them the strategy, how do I get my property rented out ASAP. So the last strategy, leverage multiple online rental platform. So to find tenant, the rental model, such as whether are you looking into yearly, monthly, daily, right? So flexi on with different rental models, and also leverage the VR virtual tour to speed up the rent. So this is what we have been doing for the past 1 year of pandemic, and using a VR tour actually to show the prospect without every single time be physically to tour the prospect, right? So this is something that to conclude the 7 recovery strategy, which I hope give you a little bit ideas that how can you use it to apply on your properties. Now, before we end, so a summary of takeaway here today. Number 1, forget about the past and demand prediction. I understand we spoke to a lot of owners and landlords, and their mindset basically are still pretty couldn't change that. They always thought, so why should I actually accept the new models? Why should I change? I think whatever you have the record, you manage to get the high rentals, and whatever that is it happened in the past, today under the new normals or pandemic, things has changed, right? So you need to actually look into the future. If market tourism is not moving, you need to change, whether business traveler, whether the money renters, you need to actually understand where is the money flow into. Quick adaptation to change. And in the past 1 year, when we try actually to educate with a lot of landlords, some of them, example, do not able to accept, such as from yearly, they turn to monthly, or perhaps for used to get few month deposit, now they get to accept zero deposit. So the moment they accept the new idea that we propose, in fact, the property has been empty for nearly 6 months to 1 year, right? So imagine if they're able to adapt the new changes, they might be able to collect the rental since the pandemic. So quick adaptation to change. And last but not least, very important is to engage and retain your existing tenant. And I always believe to acquire a new customer at today's challenging market is never been easy. So try those owner and landlord. If you have your current tenant still with you, please take care of them very well, make friends with them, and retain your tenant. Right? So before we end, we quickly show a video that let you understand more about WIDEBED. WIDEBED started since year 2011. We focus to help property owners and developers to maximize their rental income with full rental management services. Our vision is to be the preferred short stay brand in Asia. We empower our team and create happy clients with our best with passion and joy. We believe human capital is the key success. Therefore, we will continue to invest in our team so that they will continue to grow with us.
Responsible for recruiting of talents and make sure the company environment is aligned with core value of accountability, positivity, and passion. I do purchasing and get to involve in design too. Our team is very young. I love working with this bunch of young people because they are creative, always with new ideas and fun to work with. We always make sure we take care of our people so they will take care of our customers.
Our team is really collaborative and also cross-functional. I'm in charge of revenue management. I also have the opportunities to get involved in procurement, having discussion on marketing plans or designs, as well as getting on hand with some operation activities. WIDEBED is not only our colleagues, but also our family. We share our stories, help each other out, we take good care of everyone.
In WIDEBED, we always bring good experience to our guests, customers, and clients who stay with us. We also help property owners to add value and create continued growth in their investment. WIDEBED promises to create a leading short stay platform not only in Malaysia but in ASEAN.
Right. So this is what we have been doing for the past 10 years. And this is the last end of my sharing today. With this 30-minute sharing today, I hope it gives some ideas that to the perhaps owners, operators, and management company. And it helps you actually can recover at the fastest as soon as possible, right? So this is my contact. And you can reach me at my email, ivan@widebed.com, and also can contact us through our social media from Instagram, Facebook, YouTube as well. And we look forward actually to see you. If any further question, feel free to leave a message in the chat box, also PM me in my email. So I'll try my best actually to reply you ASAP. See you. Bye.